Ron and Fez show. That's early Pink Floyd. Sid Barrett passes away today. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Earl in the music. You pulled out of the funk today?
Yeah, we went something different, a little psychedelic, early psychedelia.
It's because Sid Barrett died. Here comes really the Sid Barrett fan. You're the one who picked this out.
Yeah, Mr. B. I picked out Arnold Lane. It's a touching song by really a gifted songwriter, Sid Barrett. He was the founder.
Why do you look all freaked out? Why are you all panicked?
I'm panicked because one of the great songwriters is gone, you know, and Sid Barrett was... It's a very depressing day to me because...
You're talking?
Because if there was no Sid Barrett, there would be no Pink Floyd.
Yeah, well, he hasn't made an album in, what, 36 years?
He did make a couple solo albums that were unbelievable.
What year?
72.
Yeah, thank you. All right, 34. So you've had 34 years to prepare for this. You think you're ready?
Sid Barrett also contributed to the albums that they subsequently made.
Yeah, go ahead. Thank you for fucking being ready to hop on the radio. It really means a lot to me, Dave. Big heat happening here today. No AC, but you can hear the fan that Mars set up for us.
Big giant fan in here. I still don't know if it's absolutely enough because the air conditioning is out in here on, I think so far, our hottest day in New York City. And I don't want to exaggerate or anything, but I think I may be dying from the heat. I think I may be sweltering to death in here.
Just let yourself go, Fuzzy. Let yourself go. Move into the light.
I'd head into the light, but the light seems too hot at this point.
Well, I mean, even at the very worst, even if you go to hell, it's no worse than where we are right now. It's a hot box.
It really is. It's a convection oven. And I don't even know exactly how a convection oven works. That was just always a term I heard. But it is. It's a microwave or a convection oven in here.
So you don't know what the term is, but you thought you'd throw it out there.
Yeah, because it sounds really hot.
All right, Ron and Fez show. Big win last night, Fezzy, for the Philadelphia Phillies. This is the closest the Phils seem to come to holding the championship belt.
Yeah, it's the home run derby last night, and Ryan Howard wins the home run derby going up against David Wright.
You know his father, Mo Howard, fabulous performer in his own right, Curly Howard, and of course his uncle, Dr. Larry Fine.
Paging Dr. Fine, paging Dr. Howard.
Where are you on this, Fez, when it comes down to it? Are you more of a slam dunk contest guy or home run derby?
I like the slam dunk contest better.
Earl, what about you? If I could wake you up and pull you into the show today, where are you?
I'm a home run derby guy.
How come?
Just a show of strength, a show of power. You get to see people you normally don't see on TV. You know, I don't get to see Ryan Howard every day. The guy was a beast last night.
You need to watch him.
He's a true. I mean, I only saw him once in the Yankee game where he hit one, I think, nearly 500 feet.
Well, see, here's the problem, though, with the home run derby. They seem to get weaker and weaker as the night rolls on, where it maybe should only be the first round, and then you're hitting 15 or 16. By the time they come out there at the end of the thing, you can see that they're just exhausted.
When Ryan Howard took his last swings, you overheard him saying, he goes, "I'm getting tired just looking at David Wright take his swings."
Yeah, it's a little too much.
I mean, the arms were just completely gone by the end of it. Everyone was just one-handing balls out of the park.
And Fez, the slam dunk used to be cool, but I don't know whether it's been cool in like 10 years or more. I actually like the three-point contest better than the slam dunk contest now. The slam dunk contest, one of the big problems with it is you can take 100 tries. You can miss 99 times, and they still let you get by on the last shot that you actually make.
I always found it amazing. Maybe it's the fact that I can't get above tiptoes when I'm jumping, but...
Well, you also can't hit a ball out of the infield. If you're really going by things that you can't do, you'd be sitting there just watching any TV show with your mouth agape.
I shouldn't have started that list whatsoever of things I can't attempt.
But this is it for Philadelphia. It's an exciting day. You've got the belt again. You've gone back-to-back. This is all you get if you live in the city of Philadelphia. You get the home run derby and, of course, any Rocky movie. Any fake lie Rocky movie you get to celebrate.
Well, they got another Rocky movie that'll be released this Christmas. I think Rocky 6 in this one.
Where he's 60 years old And still boxing?
He's still boxing. This one is just called Rocky Balboa. I guess I had to throw in the last name. It's been so long, everyone's forgotten.
All right, I'm going to throw out a spoiler here just to let you know how cheesy it is. They kill off his wife. They kill off Adrian. She doesn't even show up in the film.
All right, now this is going to be hard because she's always the one screaming at Rocky to just win, get in there and fight. So this is going to be difficult for him. That inspiration's gone.
Fez, it's fake. It really doesn't matter. He's the one. Rocky is the one who decided to kill her off. So he could save, what, $300,000? All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. What else is happening, Fezzy?
Well, that doctor that blew up his own building in New York yesterday wrote a rambling email revealing his plans to his ex-wife and sent this email to about 25 other people, including Governor Pataki of New York.
Well, what did Pataki? Did he respond?
Pataki did nothing. Pataki sat back and just let this building explode.
First of all, if I get an email longer than one line from anybody, I'm just going to try to speed read. 14 pages. That's a fucking book right there. You've got nothing to tell me that's 14 pages.
Yeah, and apparently he was pissed at everyone, not just his ex-wife, in this email. Jane Fonda took a shot. President Franklin Roosevelt took a shot in this thing.
The liberals? This is a problem with the liberals?
I think that was the problem.
Michael Moore end up taking one?
And talking about...
The New York Times is finding themselves in hot water again, thanks to Nutty Doctor.
So he also sent out a shot to his two daughters saying that now with this building gone, one of you, you're not going to have the dream of opening your own dress shop, and the other one, you're not going to get your dream of opening a restaurant.
Let me ask you something, Fez. It's the Upper East Side of New York. Would you rather own a old building, 4 stories high, or a nice flat parcel of land that could be made into a giant skyscraper? Because it's very hard to knock down old buildings in New York. So you're much better off if you own this flat piece of ground on, what is it, 62nd Avenue in Madison?
Yeah, 62nd there, right between Madison and Park.
Perfect.
The amazing thing is, if you look at the devastation there, he really did as good a job as any demolition crew. Because, I mean, a couple of windows were broken out in the building next door, but that was the only building that came down, and there's like a perfect hole there right where it used to be.
Yeah.
And it was also his 3rd attempt at suicide. This guy cannot pull it off.
I don't know how you can miss suicide. I don't understand it. Gun, head, pull, by. It's that easy.
The first time, I think, was gas before. He tried to do that. That got botched somehow.
Because it's gas. You can't fucking pull it off.
The second time, he tried to lock himself in a room and set off a bug bomb and live through that.
You know what? The next time you want to commit suicide, call me. I'll come over and chop you up with a fucking hatchet. And then it's over with.
And then, of course, this third time, blowing up an entire building where he gets pulled out of the rubble.
Did he mean to blow up, though, or was he just trying to do the gas?
According to the email, he was trying to blow him and the building up. Yeah, because in the email, he says to his soon-to-be ex-wife, you're just going to have a pile of rubble left.
Not a problem. Not a big problem.
And apparently this guy nuts all along. She was a Holocaust survivor, and he used to taunt her by painting swastikas around their kitchen.
Well, that'll do it. I mean, if you really want to get her goat, that's the way to go, big man.
Isn't that enough? Do you have to blow up her half of the building, too?
You start doing 6 million and one jokes, and I'm sure she's going, I don't need to be in this marriage.
It appears that French World Cup player Zinedine Zidane was called a dirty terrorist and son of a terrorist whore by Italy's Marco Materazzi. That's what prompted the headbutting to the chest during the World Cup final.
No excuse, big man. No excuse. All it is a heckle.
I wonder which part he was offended by more, that his mother was called a terrorist or a whore. Which one would hurt the most?
You know, you just if someone calls you a motherfucker, right? You don't actually sit there and try to make a picture of you having sex with your own mom. You realize that the guy's just fucking with your head. Let it go.
He took it too seriously. He pictured his mom sleeping with Osama bin Laden.
Jimmy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello, boys. Listen, real quick, that guy that blew up that building in Manhattan, Now you watch what's going to happen. The people on both sides, they're going to turn around. They're going to have their insurance companies come and have freaking building inspectors come saying that their building should be condemned because of the blast undermining their foundation and crap.
Absolutely.
Three nice parcels.
Yeah. Everybody is going to look to get out of this gimmick and build a big skyscraper. And everybody is going to really want to pull it off. Here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe this doctor that tried to kill himself, maybe he's undestructible or indestructible. Maybe he's a superhero and he just can't kill himself.
Maybe he's unbreakable.
Yeah.
Maybe if you look at this thing, he just cannot die. And it's Groundhog's Day.
And his wife is Mr. Glass.
Michael, you're on Run Fez.
Fez, what did you just call it? What did you say he painted on the walls and stuff?
Swastika.
What? What?
Not Potstika. Swastika.
Swastikas.
The swastika. It's a swastika.
Right.
Thank you very much. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
Hey, Ronnie, if you wanted to commit suicide by taking pills, how many pills do you think you'd actually have to down to do it?
I'm going to tell you right now, it can't be done. I know that for a fact. I cannot take enough pills to kill myself. Now, I did hear this before from somebody, though. If you really want to OD, you've got to mix it with alcohol.
Oh, that's the trigger. That's the pills.
White people are so scared of black.
So swastika is now saying the other word.
Trigger. Trigger.
White people are so scared of black people.
So the alcohol is the active agent, I guess, in that.
Jack, you're on Run Fez.
Yeah, man, I was wondering if you saw that female defense attorney on the O'Reilly Factor last night defending this guy, saying he should get off and get treatment and people should take mercy on him.
Well, I have no idea what they're going to do with him, but I'll tell you this. I went by there yesterday. Forget the fact that the building is down. It must have been $1 million that were lined up in cops and firemen and stopping traffic and moving the subway around. It's going to cost the city a lot of money over this whole deal. And who should pay for this?
But, I mean, no matter what kind of mental incompetence this guy has, nothing excuses what he did.
Exactly. If you're having some kind of crazy thoughts, you have to get help for it. Nobody is going to arrest you by saying, I'm thinking about blowing myself up in a building. No one's going to ever arrest you. They will try to help you if you go, I've got this urge to go out and kill co-eds. That's your responsibility. When you start to go crazy, you have to go get help. No one can help you after you do all these horrible things.
I saw in the news last night they were talking to a doctor that used to be part of a practice with them, and he was just absolutely sure that this guy did it. I think he had also gotten the email. He was one of those 26 people.
Yeah, but there was also people going, no, there's no way he would have done it. Other people who had worked with him. So, I mean, you never know who's going to lose their lid at any certain time.
There was also an interview with a lady that had moved. I guess the doctor's mother used to live in that building, and after she died, he rented out that apartment, and the lady said that this doctor, she would come home, find him in her apartment, and he would be bitching at her that she didn't have her furniture set up the same way his mother did. So this is just a history of problems.
And this is the way most OCD people end up, Fuzzy. If you have OCDs, sooner or later you're going to do something awful. I would like to get into a thing. If anyone has an OCD, we hunt them down. We put them in camps. Very neat, tidy camps. Bottom Rock, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I don't know what kind of doctor this guy was, but don't they have a bunch of cool shit they can just inject themselves with and kill themselves and all that crap?
If you're a doctor, you can get your hands on anything. Something
like that.
And these weren't even cries for help that he's fucking doing. And let me tell you something about Mr. I Want to Kill Myself. He's laying under the rubble, fire on top of him with a cell phone, calling the firemen and saying, help me, rescue me.
Yeah, when they finally got to him, when they dug him out, they were asking him what happened. He wouldn't answer him. He just said, take me to the hospital so I can get treated. So he was interested in living. I mean, I don't think
he even called before and said, I smell gas or some stupid story.
Yeah, and I don't think you really want to kill yourself if you're letting 26 people in on it with your manifesto email.
Tony, you're on Manifest.
Hey, I was wondering, how in New York City can this guy buy enough explosives to blow up a building? Didn't anybody notice?
He didn't have any explosive. This was all done with gas.
He blew it up with gas?
Yeah. Am I right about that, Fez, or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Thank you.
He, like, opened up the gas heater or whatever.
Richard, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, about this email this doctor sent out.
Yeah.
I was wondering if maybe you got a courtesy copy looking for some speech tips or something.
You know, I would be so quick before I would hit delete. Delete. I would just say 14 pages, delete. It's like if anyone sends me an attached picture, delete. I'm not going to open that shit up.
Well, by the time you get to the paragraph of how President Roosevelt abandoned the Jews at Yalta, yeah, really, there's not much of interest there. I'm hoping today to debut one of my new characters, Dirty Sanchez, the Mexican bandit. That was, of course, brought up at my my parents' 50th wedding anniversary.
All right, good.
June...
A little too hot for that one today, Fez. Little too hot for me to sit here and eat shit on the show. Not going to happen.
June Allison, who did films with Jimmy Stewart and Van Johnson, she died at age 88. Now, I was reading her obituary, and I don't think it ever brought up that she was the Depends undergarment lady.
Was she Lassie's mom?
No, that was June Lockhart.
Oh, is she still alive?
Yeah, I think she's still around. Yeah, June Allison. She was one of those people that was like a movie star in the 40s and 50s, but then went on to become like just as famous for her endorsements, her adult diaper endorsements.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, I think she even got into a little little problem with Letterman, because Letterman like made fun of her for the adult diaper commercials, and she demanded an apology.
Stop shitting your pants, and everything will be okay. And I really want to recommend that to most people. Just stop shitting your pants.
But she is one of those people, like Joe DiMaggio, because, like, you know, I think he was just as well known as Mr. Coffee as the Yankee Clipper.
Perhaps because you're not a baseball fan, Fez. But, Earl, do you ever think about Mr. Coffee with Joe DiMaggio first?
No, I always think 56-game hitting streak and MVP of 1941 MVP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or else I was like Wilford Brimley. You don't think of his acting, you think of he's the Quaker Oats guy, or the diabetic testing guy.
He's the diabetic testing guy?
Yeah, he's the one who talks about how you can get diabetic testing supplies sent to right to your home.
By the way, that's what killed Sid Barrett.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Fruit Loops. They said the guy would eat Fruit Loops every single fucking meal.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can. You just get a bowl, throw them in there, and put in some milk.
Let's see, Jane Russell. She was a movie star and then became only the Playtex bra lady.
So these are all people who did commercials?
Yeah, and became famous for their commercials.
Well, did they become famous for their commercials, or did they get the commercials because they're famous?
They got the commercials because they were famous, but then I think that became actually how they were remembered. Like Martha Ray, instead of her comedy, just remembered as the Big Mouth from the Polydent commercials.
She was a comedian?
Comedian, yes.
I don't remember doing anything like that.
I mean, even fairly recently, I think of Catherine Zeta-Jones now for T-Mobile and for movies now. Because she's
you guys are out of your mind.
She's in every time you open
But you know what? Maybe it's because I have TiVo, but I don't sit there and see all these things.
No, but it's on TV, and it's also in the newspaper every single day. But
you honestly think she's as well known as that, as for her movies?
I would think so now, because she hasn't really, outside of, the last Ocean's 12 movie, she hasn't really done any movies since she started having
Chicago.
Kids.
It was, 2 years ago she won the Oscar?
Nah, I think it's been a while, for me, anyway.
Chicago? When did Chicago come out?
2002? 3?
Yeah, so she won the Oscar then. Within a couple years ago.
Yes, but even so, she's still doing a lot of,
yeah, all right, you're right then, Earl. She's fucking just a phone pitchman. That's what she's known for.
No, but she's remaining more visible now with the T-Mobile ad.
Yes, you're fucking right. Stop being so funny on the show. Stop going for the gag every chance you get. And just in a very monotonous tone, just keep saying the same thing over and over.
No, I won't say it in a monotonous tone. I'm sorry.
Even his monotonous tone sounds a little monotonous tone. Suzanne Summers, she's Thigh Master Girl now. I think that's all. That's how she'll be remembered.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to tell Fezzy also an example about this black guy that does Hanes commercials. That's what made him famous, but he also used to play basketball or something like that.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, Fez. Where do you put him?
Michael Jordan's more famous for the basketball. Obviously.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Hey, I miss Pool Punk Fez.
I don't even know what that means.
Hey, every time I have a Coca-Cola, I have fond memories.
Let me just ask you something, John. Explain yourself. What were you going for with the Fez joke?
You don't remember when you kept picking on Fez that he had a pool pump up his ass?
He's never had a pool pump up his ass.
I don't recall that conversation.
What exactly is a pool pump?
I don't remember. I just know you kept on and on and on about a pool pump up his ass.
I cannot remember this bit at all.
It was around the era of the machine gun sounds.
All right.
Guess I'll take your word for it.
Ryan, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to tell Earl that's what he gets for disagreeing with you.
What's that?
He got blasted. He's on your line all the time, but you taught him a lesson.
No, I didn't mean to teach him a lesson. He just kept saying something that obviously is insane over and over and over in the same, I'm sucking the energy out of the fucking room bit.
But every time it's always whatever you say backs you up.
You know what? You're right about that. Earl, go with it. Have your own opinion, but fucking have a little energy about yourself.
Yes, I'll be more passionate about it.
What about this fucking second being a little more passionate? Right this second.
I'm trying to be as passionate as I can right now. I don't want to get angry.
You know why you have no passion about this? Because it doesn't matter. We're talking about something that doesn't matter.
It does matter to me.
What matters to you?
But the show matters to me. You guys matter to me.
But I'm talking about the fucking topic that we're talking about. That you're trying to say that this woman is more popular for a phone ad than for her movies. Does that even matter?
Well, what matters to the conversation at hand. I just have the opinion.
Slower and lower. And then there's some oxygen left in this hot box. We've got no fucking air conditioning in here. There's some oxygen left. I want you to get a straw and suck it out of the room.
No, what I was saying was that I just thought that she's remaining more visible now through the ads. That's all.
Valid point. It's an amazingly great point that you made, Earl.
I was just offering my opinion.
We'll keep on offering it. Keep on going. Carry me.
What, as far as the...
I'll chirp in every once in a while.
What, as far as the Catherine Zeta-Jones thing, or just in general? Well, I mean, obviously a lot of actors now are remaining visible with ads. I mean, like Gene Hackman does a lot of voiceover work now for... I think he does like car ads. Richard Dreyfuss has done a car ad.
Yeah, true. That's what they're more known for.
Keith Sutherland has done stuff.
Yeah, that's what he's mainly known for his fucking car ads and voiceover.
Oh, but Morgan Freeman has carved out a nice career outside of the acting with voiceover work. He does the voiceover for
Where's the fucking interest in this conversation? Give me the slightest bit of fucking interest that anyone would have of this fucking conversation of Morgan Freeman makes extra money doing voiceover. How this is some new light bulb upon the world.
Well, you were talking about celebrities that are known more for their commercial work and for...
Why don't you just get a pillow and put it over my face?
No, I don't want to do that.
Get a pillow and put it over my face.
No, I don't.
Come on, choke the fucking life out of me.
No, I don't want to hurt you, Ronnie.
You already are. With this monotonous, Gene Hackman does voiceover work.
I mean, I'm talking the way I normally talk. I don't know how other way to do it.
Hey, Jason, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's going on, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are my favorite, but you are being a royal bitch today, man. Was it that hot in there?
It's fucking hot as hell.
It is sweltering in here.
It is fucking hot as hell in this room.
Come out here to Atlanta where I'm at delivering cars. It's hot here, man. Quit your bitching and yelling at everybody.
You know what? Then why don't you go fucking deliver a car? Who gives a shit how fucking hot it is in Atlanta? If you live in Atlanta, it should be fucking hot. The goddamn city should still be on fire from the goddamn Civil War. We never should have put it out. I also wanted to bring up there was one time I saw a commercial and an actor was in it. Earl, go get a pillow and put it over my head.
I'm not hurting you.
Suffocate me.
I will not suffocate you, Ronnie. I care about you too much. And I will not kill you. No.
You're fucking killing me now with the monotonous fucking tone of your voice. You're killing me. I feel like I'm pushing a rock up a fucking hill every goddamn day, and I look over and you guys are sitting on the top of the rock. You're fucking sitting up there going, we're getting there, Mr. B. We're getting there, Mr. B.
I'm helping you push the rock, too.
You are the fucking rock right now, Earl. You're the rock.
The Rock says.
What was that, Fezzi?
The Rock says.
I didn't bring up that you brought up this conversation. Hey, Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to say, isn't Fez Wally best known for that infomercial he did with Rocky Dennis a couple years ago?
Well, you did do one infomercial, Fez.
I did an infomercial for the psychic Gary Spivey with downtown Julie Brown, where I introduced her at the very beginning of that infomercial. Where the way it's set up is Gary, the psychic, is on stage in Orlando, and I'm sitting at the bar next to downtown Julie Brown. And my opening line is, "Aren't you downtown Julie Brown?"
It was good. How much you get paid for that?
I got $1,000 and a couch. Because I really needed a couch, and Gary, the psychic, had some furniture in his warehouse.
Lou, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, do you think Sally Struthers is better known for feeding the African kids? They're all in the fan.
I think she's better known as the heavy woman who wants to send money to starving kids.
Nathan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What do you want, Nathan?
Hey, little known fact. Kurt Cobain was going to do a ad for Winchester shotguns before he blew his brains out.
It's not even true. It's not even true. Volvo says in 2008 they're going to unveil a system that'll monitor driver's eyes and head along with the movement of the steering wheel inside the car. So if the driver seems to be nodding off, the interior lights will start flashing on and off to reawaken the driver, or to re-alert him at the very least.
We need robot cars.
I'm surprised this thing doesn't just like turn on the radio or sound an alarm or something, play the radio louder, something like that. If you're already out, I don't think flashing lights are going to wake you up.
But a radio will?
I think a noise will wake you up more than...
Hey!
Wake up.
If you're driving down the road and you fall asleep, you deserve to die. Even fucking Darwin got that one.
Man, that is the scariest feeling in the world. I was falling asleep at the wheel one time, and I pulled into a rest area, and I'm like, all right, I'll...
Speaking of falling asleep at the wheel, how you doing over there, Earl? You doing all right?
I'm doing fine.
Good. You sure?
Yes.
You thought of any more voiceover work?
No.
Come on, give me one.
No, I don't.
Give me one more person who does voiceover work. Find it fucking fascinating.
No, it doesn't. I don't have anything right now.
Well, I'm gonna go back to Fez. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds and come back to you.
So I figure I'm doing the right thing. I'm pulling off into a rest area so I can get some sleep, so I don't fall asleep at the while I'm driving. I fall asleep as I'm pulling into the rest area, and somehow as I jerk my head back up awake.
Now, when you say jerk your head back, is that something from the community you guys do?
No, this was actually jerking my skull.
Because what are you going to do in a rest area at 3 o'clock in the morning? Glory hole?
I just got to catch some winks.
There we go, Earl. What do you got?
Muhammad Ali, Decon, four-gun commercial.
And that's what he's known for.
What, he was known later in his career for doing the bug ads.
Not for being a 3-time champion of the world. He's known for doing bug ads.
Yes, he became a very good celebrity pitchman after his career ended.
Go ahead.
Well, I remember those ads when I was a kid.
So if we were to play Family Feud out on the fucking street and said to 100 people, what do you remember Muhammad Ali for? How many people would you think would come up and say bug ads? Out of 100?
Out of 100? Probably one. That would probably be me. That would give the answer.
Yeah. So that's my fucking point from earlier. The man's not known for doing bug ads. He did them for cash. So go ahead.
So then, as I wake up, I'm already on the other side of the rest area, like somehow...
Men's room?
No, not the men's room. I was still driving and somehow stayed straight in the line, didn't hit any cars, and ended up at the exit of the rest area. Then after that, I was too scared to actually, doze off and get the nap that I needed.
Joe, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, boys?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Ron. It's your name first, brother. The Ron and Fez show. You gotta carry the weight. You gotta carry the weight.
Get off my
I agree with you only because the AC in my truck is broken and it's hot, and I'm cranky too.
All right, where are you at right now?
I'm in Nevada.
All right, Nevada. What's the temperature today?
I think it's 75 degrees.
All right, say that's a beauty. I just looked up here on our thermostat. It's 304 degrees in this room today. 304. That's fucking warm.
All right, I don't think humans are able to live in that.
Dave, come here. Since Earl won't do it, go into the back and get the big knife, all right? Go get the big knife, bring it back to me, and I'm going to cut my throat.
All right.
Go get the big knife, Dave.
Do not get that big knife. Do not get it.
Here's Tommy. Tommy, can you hear me? You're on Ron and Fez.
Yes. I would like to defend Earl on his point about Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Go ahead.
I think she is very famous for that commercial
Mm-hmm.
that she does.
Well, you make a great point, Tommy.
I believe Muhammad Ali is only known for his bug work in most parts of America.
You're going to have to take the energy down just a little bit to equal Earl. Just a little
Is that
bit.
better?
Yeah.
What I just
and then also act like a victim. Like, what? What?
What? I completely agree. I'm not talking about anything right now.
What?
They got letters that have just been opened that Albert Einstein had sent to his family. These letters reveal that Einstein, during the course of his 2 marriages, had at least 10 girlfriends, 10 affairs that he was having throughout his marriages.
Perfect.
Some women were mentioned by name in these letters, others were just initials.
Body parts.
I had no idea Einstein was such the ladies' man.
Why wouldn't he be?
He just doesn't seem to have the ladies' man look. I can't imagine any of these girls...
This is what you don't understand about women. I try to explain this to people all the time. Women could give 2 fucks about looks. They're looking for the alpha male. Einstein is an alpha male in his world. If you're like, oh, I like a smart guy, you're gonna fucking go for crazy Einstein. I don't care the fact he's never used a conditioner in his life. Doesn't matter. Yes, he's gonna have crumbs stuck in his mustache. Doesn't matter to the women.
In these letters, he was beating them off with a stick.
No, they were beating him off.
Oh.
On his dick. This guy, if you got close to that mustache of him, quim. It fucking reeked of quim. I saw a documentary the other day on the History Channel, and it was basically about the founding fathers. Ben Franklin, Pussy Monster, well into his 80s.
Really?
Pussy monster.
I had no idea. And again, basically a straight-haired, but still an Einstein look.
But what did he do, Fez? He invented shit. He came up with ideas. He was a good speaker. Women went crazy for him.
He started a post office. He started a newspaper.
You're getting women wet right now just fucking saying those things.
See your favorite fourth father?
Fourth father.
Fourth father?
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddies, I hope, Ron, for your sake, that it doesn't take Earl as long to fix the AC as it's taking him to fix the phones.
You know, that's a good point, Earl. Where's the fucking phones being fixed? What's happened there?
Well, I was told the company that was going to build us a new trunk line for New York.
And what happened?
I haven't heard anything since.
Do you think a producer would be on top of this, or a guy who gave a shit would be on top of it?
I do give a shit, and I do, but I am on it, and I get the same answer all the time.
What's that answer?
It's like, we're looking into it, we're working on it.
Why can't you go around it, Earl?
Believe me, if I could take an axe and dig out the phone line myself, I would do it.
Why not?
Well, I think it's highly illegal, for one thing, because you're dealing with phone lines, you're dealing with the feds. But if I could do it, I would definitely do it. I mean, no one cares more about this show than I do. I'm very passionate about the show. I love working on this show.
Do you believe him, Fez?
No, I think this is like some sort of speech that's been prepared and like in his bag, ready at a moment's notice.
And there's a guy who's not even cranky with you today, Earl. That's Fez.
What more do you want me to say? I owe you my career. I mean, I love you guys like my family.
I don't think you love your family very much, Earl.
No, I love my family. I mean, I devote every waking moment to this show. I love working with the show.
I don't know whether that's true or false. I got to tell you the truth. I'm not seeing the passion. I'm not seeing the energy.
What do you want to do? Open up a vein and draw blood?
Yes.
Well, no. Hey, wait a minute. Give me a knife. Somebody give me a knife. I will open up a vein and start drawing blood. Give me a knife.
A vein, Earl?
He gave me a butter knife.
Why don't you just spread it all over your wrist?
No.
Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hi, buddies. How's it going?
Yeah.
Earl, what do you think about O.J. Simpson? Was he known for hurts?
Oh, he's known for killing two people.
You never even think about the 2,000 yards.
I do. I think about the Heisman Trophy. He was one of the best running backs of all time, but people associate him with murder now.
Josh, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I just want to tell Earl I love him, but, like, he's completely wrong. You have people like Mark Hamill or Adam West who had one big thing in their career, and now, like, you know, Adam West does Voice and Family Guy, and he's really prolific. But you'll always remember for that one hit they have. Like Mark Hamill, you'll always remember for Star Wars. And even with Catherine Zeta-Jones, the only reason they hired her is because she's a famous actor, and people remember her for her acting, not her commercials.
It doesn't make... If you're sitting there thinking that you know these people more for their commercials, you're watching far too much TV. This whole, I spend every waking minute of the day trying to get the fucking phones fixed, can't be true. It sounds like you're sitting there counting TV commercials, one after another.
Well, we obviously have internal problems in here on the phone, with the phones and with the AC. I try my best to get these things corrected.
Now, what do you mean, try your best? Have a lemonade?
No.
Play checkers with your elderly uncle?
No.
What do you mean by play? Are you tying a catfish line to your big toe? No. What the fuck was try your best mean?
You know, you send emails, you make phone calls, you keep bringing up over and over again that we keep...
Who are you sending emails to? Just out in general? To anybody?
No.
To whom it may concern. The phones are broke.
The same 26 people that the doctor who blew up his own building sent it to.
David, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
I've always thought of Ben Franklin more for the insurance ads.
Steve, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, I was wondering if Earl will be remembered best as producer of the show or the guy who threw down the microphone and ran down the hall.
You know what, Earl? I do want to see that today. I want an Earl meltdown today. I want you to lose your mind and fucking dive down the elevator shaft again.
Well, that'll be the end of me, literally and figuratively.
We were offering to cut a vein open a little while ago.
Yes, I could do that. I mean, there's some things that XM will allow, and cutting a vein, ridiculously enough, would be one of them. But if you want me to draw blood, I'll draw blood.
I know. You know what I want you to do is bring a little energy into me. Just a little bit of energy.
No, I'm very energetic. I mean, I don't exude it like, I'm not manic. I've never have been.
Earl, I watch fucking butterflies land on you and start building cocoons. I don't know if butterflies do that. But I see them come out of their cocoons on you. I see it happen.
I've just never been a manic person. I've just been a very low-key, laid-back person. That's the way I've always been. I can't help it anymore.
You know what? Maybe I should have Dave step up. Dave, are you ready to step up? Because you were a fucking idiot when I called you in here earlier today.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to step up. I'm ready to rock.
All right, let me just see where your head's at today. Come on in this room.
Because Earl's more of a Stephen Wright type comic.
Is that where you're going with this? The heady stuff, Earl?
No, I'm not going to Stephen.
Pausing is all part of it?
No, it's just the way I am. I can't help it.
Hey, Angry Gary, you're on Fez.
Buddies, how we doing? Hey, Earl said he devotes every waking moment to the show. What's that, hour and a half a day?
Is that how long you're open a day?
No, it's more, I think about the show all the time. I think about it in the shower. I dream the show.
Well, you jacking off in there thinking about the show?
No, I don't jack off in the shower.
Why not?
Because I'm usually showering. I'm usually bathing in the shower. I don't rub one out in the shower. You
ever run the soap across your balls?
It burns too much.
So you don't soap your balls up at all?
I do, but I'm very careful.
How can soap burn your balls? What are your fucking balls possibly made out of? That soap burns them.
No, I was thinking of...
What do you do? You go in there, you take like an old bread bag and rub it around your cock so you don't get wet?
It's a hairnet.
No, I was thinking of shampoo once the shampoo dripped down.
On your balls?
I was in the shower. I wasn't even aware of it. It burned like hell. It's almost the same as getting it in the eye.
You must have a wound down there or something for it to sting.
Why does he even use shampoo? You're
fucking bald, you liar.
See, he lies.
Yes, you're right.
No, you haven't had hair in 10 years.
You don't want it, Dave. Yes. You are fucking right about that. I didn't realize what a liar he was until he came up with the term shampoo.
Yes, I use shampoo on your head. You still have to clean your head.
Every waking moment, he does spend a lot of time in the office.
I swear to God, here's what I think happened. We leave here. Earl finds a nice shady place down along the brook. He ties a catfish line to his toe. He puts a straw hat over his eyes. Maybe he whittles or plays the harmonica till he falls fast asleep.
When he's not filming trees and watching $1 Million Baby in the producer's booth.
And then every once in a while...
Dave, don't even start up Mr. 4 o'clock out the door.
Yeah, right.
You are out the door. Every time I'm like, hey, Dave, I want to show you
including the last 2 weeks? Like last night when I left at 7:30? And I get here...
yesterday?
And I get here 2 hours before you? Yeah, that makes a lot of noise.
And your work
and I don't take trips to Central Park for 2.5 hours.
When was the last time I took a trip to Central Park?
To shoot everything. Oh,
when was the last time, Dave?
Day.
When was the last time, Dave?
You're always doing it, though.
So when was the last time?
The last time you went there? Yesterday, I'm assuming.
No, I was with you guys yesterday, you idiot.
How did you wake up, Earl? How did you wake up from down along the brook? Was somebody cooling a pie in a window and that got you up off your bed?
A lot of times that aroma will form a finger and tap him on the shoulder.
But I'm as passionate as anybody on this show. I care deeply about this show.
I don't know, Earl. I wish that was true. Rihanna, you're on Run Fez.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, what can we do for you, darling?
Before I say what I'm going to say, I have a rabbit named after you, and I have a dog named after Fez.
Amazing. We're really, truly honored.
No, I have
Seriously, we're
dog
unbelievably
named
honored.
Molly, and I have a rabbit named Bennington.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, the rabbits don't last as long as dogs, so Fez will carry the shame longer than me.
The rabbit's like on his last leg, so
Thank God.
you're almost dead.
Do me a favor. When it's finished, send it to us here, and I'm going to have Earl eat it.
And then you could eat it.
Earl, you eat rabbit?
No, I've never had rabbit.
No,
My mama done told me to bring home a rabbit. What is it that you want to say, Rihanna?
Catherine Zeta-Jones is only known for one thing. She's only known for marrying an old man.
Fucking callers. Unbelievable. The callers. This program.
We'll have to do something about that. I'll be in charge of that. I promise.
Are you going to be the go-to guy?
Yeah. That's my thing.
You're taking it all on.
If the callers are bad, you can fucking neck slap me, whatever. You can do whatever.
You know why? Because you care.
You can open me up. Not a main vein, but, you know,
I like
around the ankle.
You know what I like? I like your comeuppance. I really do.